It's believed that humans fought in the Roman Colosseum for almost 400 years. To put that in perspective, the United States of America, right now, is almost 250 years old from just being a country, and television has only been around for 100 years. So when we think about 400 years, it can be hard to wrap your mind around. The Colosseum went through many different time zones, with war, rulers, moments we don't even know about that completely disappeared with time, that were never documented. We still have no idea how many people and animals died in the arena. We can estimate. It's believed that the number of humans that did die in the Colosseum was 500,000, and animals alone could have well over been 1,000,000. Some animals even were put to extinction. Life in the arena and around it meant nothing. Slaves were bought and sold every day just to fill the days, time slots, if bodies were low. The Colosseum was used every day of the week, no matter what. It was there to make money, entertain thousands of people every day. It was the main attraction of Rome. People traveled from all over just to see it. It's safe to say a person has died in every way possible by another human or animal in the Colosseum. Now, a gladiator would not die every day in the arena. Some, if not many, could survive for some time if they were good in hand-to-hand combat and were lucky enough to not take on infection from wounds, if they could win their match or just survive from being lucky. But they never knew what was going to be thrown at them from one day to the next. With the madness that endured for the time of the Colosseum, also, if a gladiator were to put on a good spectacle of a fight, gain the crowd's attention, he may also gain favor from the emperor. If somewhere in the battle he falls, the emperor may choose to spare his life or see that he doesn't walk out. But after 4 centuries, all things must come to an end. The factor that started the end of humans being killed in the Colosseum would start like any other problem. A once big, beautiful city, full of wealth, and talked about throughout the ancient world for centuries, from generation to generation, would just stop one day with killing and executing people in the Colosseum. As the Roman Empire began to crumble in the 5th century, so did the spectacle of bloody matches on a day-to-day circuit that had defined the Colosseum for 4 centuries and driving much wealth into Rome. The gladiator games themselves would come to an end, which had once drawn tens of thousands of roaring Romans bonding together in blood. The fights did not come to a dramatic stop. It took time. It took days, weeks, and years, and seasons to happen. It was a quiet death. But the killings of humans in those great stone walls grew rarer, and eventually, when the last human died, it's believed that it just went to animal hunts. They went on for another 100+ years. The recorded last one took place around 523 AD, but that was the last bloodshed in the arena that is known to this day. The unbelievable but frustrating, truthful answer is, no one really knows the name of the last person, gladiator, slave, to be killed inside the Colosseum. Romans did not keep records and document individual gladiators, their names and dates they died and fought. It was just too many lives going through the gates day to day. But essentially, the games simply faded out gradually rather than ending on a single day. It's one of the most unknowns in history, the end of the Colosseum. Really what is believed to be the last moments of Rome in the fights is that essentially promotion died out. People were leaving Rome. Rome was losing money. Money was not being allocated and spent in the right places for the Colosseum. The Colosseum itself, being its own entity, was loved and taken care of for 3 centuries, a strong 3 centuries of Rome. But essentially, it all came to an end when the Colosseum found itself deep into the 4th century of its life, and what was once a death factory for humans and animals slowed down its bloodshed of human life. What some may not know is that one of the big cracks in the Roman belief with morals and values eventually came to an end when Christianity started to grow in the city and outward. People's morals changed. The thought of people being killed or just executed for fun came to be a problem in the newer generations of Romans. So with already bad planning and people not attending the Colosseum, the small crack became bigger. social pressure from Christian converts often discouraged and forbidden followers from attending the games in the arena, so the eroded social position of hosting matches had no love in the new Christian belief that started to spread in Rome. One of the most remarkable elements about the Colosseum is that after all the death and history that came from it, from those 4 centuries, it still served a purpose for humans. In the 9th century, people started to take shelter and refuge in the Colosseum. Essentially, they moved in and made it a little city. Blacksmith, sellers of all kinds of trinkets, from food, people built homes right in the Colosseum. And by the 12th century, some of the little makeshift huts and houses inside the Colosseum were rented out to people and artists, shoemakers, tailors, bakers. This went on for hundreds of years, and one of the most remarkable elements of all, that the floor of the Colosseum was used as a public cemetery for some time. Essentially, from the time the Colosseum was built to this day, it's always had people in it. It's always been used for something, whether it's from blood sport, or people living in it, or essentially a mall. Throughout the Dark Ages, it's always served a purpose for humans. But in that too, there was crime, where people were assaulted and murdered in the Colosseum. So essentially, even after the days of the Roman Empire, the Colosseum still had bloodshed in it for hundreds of years. So now with the spectacle that we're left with what's standing of the Roman Colosseum, we marvel it, we love it, we take care of it the best we can. If souls or ghosts are a real thing, then the Colosseum in Rome may hold the biggest hoard of souls than anywhere else in the world, with 4 centuries of death, brutal death, the Roman Colosseum.